and people can make their own decision about what they believe.
You didn't mean that I'm on the left? Did you think that?
I thought you were on the left, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm used. Well, let's just say I don't know what the left is or the right is, frankly, these days, because things can be quite polarized. But you seem. My impression was that you're more likely to be described as on the left than the right. My sense is you're sort of center left. I don't know. You tell me.
Well, did you ever watch me on CNN, or did you watch?
I saw
Yeah.
yeah, not. I saw segments.
Yeah.
But CNN is generally considered left.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
Why do I say CNN is generally considered left? I think if you look at any sort of media survey of...
Oh, God. Oh, no. This is going to be cringe, isn't it? He's going to say, well, when you look at you know that one meme? You know the one meme where it lists like all the media outlets, and like CNN is usually on like the center left part of that meme. So like you guys would be like center left, right? Oh, Jesus. He doesn't know what any of these things mean. This is how would you answer that question? You would say CNN is center left because far left in the United States implies either ultra progressive or further left, illiberal, anti-capitalist. So things like communists or socialists. CNN very clearly didn't give like full throated support to people like Bernie Sanders. They don't seem to host any communists or tankies in a speech like that. And they're like kind of wokey progressive, but like as much as like a center to medium leftish Democrat would be. But they clearly like represent like kind of the Democratic establishment interest, which makes sense because the majority of the Democratic Party is center left. So the majority of the Democratic electorate is center left. So the largest news media stations are going to be center left, right? And you could say they might be a little bit further than center left, maybe mid left, but like you wouldn't call them far left. It wouldn't make any sense to do it unless you're just like a Trump lawyer. You have no political understanding of media in the United States, I guess. That would be one answer you could give. But he's gonna point to the meme. He's gonna point to the meme pictures. Elon Musk is thinking of this. Bias, ratings, new. This is what popped into Elon's head. 100%. I know exactly what he's thinking of. He's thinking of this. This is what popped into his head. And now Don Lemon just asked him, why do you think CNN is center left? And he's like, well, because he's seen CNN right here on this meme. Why is this chart wrong? I don't know if this chart's wrong, but it's kind of dumb if you think somebody is a thing just because it's like on the chart. Like you would hope that if you run a major social media empire and you want to get involved seriously in news and media, that you would know approximately why these things are where they are. Like,
I think if you look at any sort of media survey of what is on the left or right, I think they would say, like, for example, Fox is on the right and CNN is on the left. Yeah.
Oh, man. It still seems pretty weird to challenge that, though, right? Isn't it pretty common sense that CNN generally sits to the... Wait. I'm sorry. He challenged it? I thought he just asked him, why do you think CNN is on the left? Is that a challenge?
To the left?
Why do you say that?
Yeah. I saw not... I saw segments.
Yeah.
But CNN is generally considered left.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
Why do I say CNN is generally considered left? I think if you look at any sort of media survey of what is on the left or right, I think they would say, like...
You're overreacting to very simple answers. No, you're retarded. I'm sorry. No, you're just wrong. Maybe you might be genuinely autistic, but the question that Don Lemon is very clearly getting into here, it was the same thing when I asked, and I understand why you're retarded too, because this is a pretty common form of retardation. When I asked, I want to say JonTron, when I asked JonTron, what's wrong with communism? My goal there wasn't to defend communism. I'm just curious, like, why do you hate communism? What's wrong with communism? Like, what's your response there? I just want to know. Don Lemon is asking the same question here. Do you think Don Lemon is thinking that, like, you think CNN is to the left? Excuse me, they're completely centrist. Like, they're not to the left. Do you think Don Lemon thinks that? Maybe he does, and he'll give it here later, but the question so far seems to be the case of, like, well, why do you think CNN is left? And that could lead to an interesting conversation. He might say, well, I think they're left because I don't think they give Trump a fair shake. Or he might say, I think they're to the left because they're too woke. And then that opens up potential future conversation. Elon Musk doesn't know why they're left. He has no idea because his media literacy is almost nothing. And so he awkwardly laughs, and he's trying to think of a way to say the meme without saying he saw it on a meme. So he's like, well, there were surveys that said it was left. Really? CNN is left because the surveys say it's left? No, the surveys say it's left because of a variety of reasons for why people feel like it is on the left.
For example, Fox is on the right and CNN is on the left.
Yeah. So that's what.
Am I missing something here?
Okay. Are you missing?
Like, this is a stupid answer to an obvious question that's supposed to probe for why you feel like a particular media thing has a certain political alignment, especially if you say you want to be a large owner of a social media platform that pushes media news. That's a good question. And he gave the worst, the dumbest answer.
Something? I don't know. I think that when I read that, I said, like many of my critics or detractors, they never really watched me on CNN. They just saw.
See, okay, fuck you guys. I was even right. And you guys have probably watched this. You should have the advantage of being able to pre-watch this. This is what he's saying. Yeah. Like, yeah, you guys make this claim about me. Have you even watched my media before? Or do you just call me left without even watching or having any idea of what's going on? Yeah, fuck you.
Many of my critics or detractors, they never really watched me on CNN. They just saw the clips of me either on social media or maybe on Fox News or in conservative media, where it's sort of where I've become a character or a caricature of what I actually am, and it's taken out of context.
Sure. Well, how would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as someone who is, I am independent in my thinking, and I vote for people based on the issues and how I feel about it, not necessarily because of political leaning of some sort.
Well, I agree with that approach. I think that's generally how people should take things, which is.
But that, so he's just giving. This is like every stupid. He's just like an average conservative dipshit. Like, it's sad because this guy runs Twitter. He's arguably in a position to have more control over media than almost any other singular person in history in the United States. And hold on. Destiny, surely he should just own that he's left-leaning there. Don Lemon's issue is not that he's left-leaning. It's that when people like you or Elon say somebody is left-leaning, you don't say that to accurately describe where the aggregate of their political view sits in the totality of like all of American political views. You say that to discredit somebody. So when Don Lemon asks, why do you think I'm a leftist? He's trying to see why Elon thinks that, because that's how you guys use that phrase. Oh, he's left-leaning, he's center left, he's a left person, right? Elon has no answers because he has no media literacy and probably doesn't engage critically with any media at all. Don Lemon probably knows this. My guess is going to be that a lot of this interview is going to be Don Lemon challenging Elon on level 1 basic questions, and Elon getting ass mad because he isn't in a circle jerk where everybody else is like eager to slurp his cum up off the floor, and he actually has to provide an answer to anything. These two answers alone are astoundingly fucking stupid.
I mean, how people should take things, which is. I mean, there are a whole sort of set of issues which are sort of somewhat arbitrarily.
Like, oh God, fuck. Like, when somebody says, like Don Lemon gave a boilerplate answer. Oh, I vote one way and I like to consider all the issues and do this and that. That's a boilerplate answer. Now, if you disagree with Don Lemon and you think that you're, a biased hack or whatever, which I'm sure Elon's probably said before, maybe I'm assuming that, right? Then you should say, oh, well, hold on. I agree with that in principle, but Don Lemon, you said this or this. Don Lemon, you said this about the J6 insurrection. I don't think it was an insurrection. John Lemon, you said this about the COVID vaccines. You mentioned that social distancing helped all of us so much, and I don't think it did. I don't think the research supports that. Oh, Don Lemon, you were pro-censorship, right? That would be a point where you could intervene and say, well, even though we supposedly share the same principles, I happen to know positions that you have. And it's not like this was a random ambush interview, okay? It's not like, Don Lemon just showed up and started banging on the door asking for a conversation.
Which I think that's generally how.
Yeah.
At Destiny, most people get your point. It just seems like a dumb hill to die on, trying to gotcha Elon. The implication that Elon can't even define what left-right media outlets are is retarded as fuck. I agree with you, except Elon can't. So it was a good question because Elon is retarded as fuck. That's the problem.
How people should take things, which is